stuns.
Well, it would help if I turn on my mic. The Gulag Podcast, hey,
Probably a good idea.
yeah, good idea if I actually turned on my mic. That would probably be a good resource so that people can actually hear me. Today, we have a very special crew that's come in to talk to us about stuff that's pertinent, number one, for sustaining the environment and the world. It's very key since we've been abusing the world as a whole with all the resources that we've consumed, and now we're just having a hard time finding a lot of stuff in the world to consume because we've consumed all of it. So today we have Contingenci. Contingenci is not only about making masks, but they're also about changing the world and impacting the environment in a whole different way by creating a sustainable, breathable, which is the key part. And if you ask Nero, do you use these masks? Yeah, I use it every time I go out because I can actually breathe through the masks. Okay, I can actually breathe through these things without any kind of issues or any kind of problems. So yes, if you ask if I use it, yes, every day. All right, it is breathable, especially for you people that are working out and you guys live in high humidity environments, especially now that summertime is coming around. You don't want to be wearing a mask that is sitting there suffocating you as you're trying to jog or work out or do any kind of physical activities. So today we're going to be talking with Linda Tang from Contingenci, also with the crew, Franco, who's doing a lot of the video work and a lot of the promotional stuff with me. And of course, you know, the usual suspects, Loki the God, Deadeye Girl, and Jay Stuns, who's also marketing his own brand of clothing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your clothing and your hats coming soon.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you're not marketing them then? All right.
I say nothing.
I was misinformed then. I thought the shirts and hats were coming soon. So Linda, thank you for being
shirts
here.
are in progress.
Yeah, that's what I said. You have merchandise coming soon. That's what I'm saying. Hey, what do you think I was talking about? Are you doing something else that I don't know about? Stripograms? What?
Then you wouldn't know about it, then, would you?
Stripograms? You catering?
Stripograms. Huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's more COVID. That's COVID friendly, right? If you want to, since you can't go to a strip club, you can just have Jay come to your house.
That's nothing friendly.
Linda, thank you for being here today with us. As you can tell, we're a fun group. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the company and you know, the brand? I kind of briefly touched on everything, but you know, you've explained everything when we talked for the very first time to a specific, very specific thing, and why it's so cool to talk about this brand, because they are using these really high end performance fabrics that you guys get that the people literally just throw away, right? They literally just throw this stuff away.
Yeah, I can definitely speak to it. Thank you guys for having me on this podcast. Definitely my first one, so I appreciate you guys allowing me to be a part of it. Sorry if you hear animals around. We have a lot of dogs here. So I just came back from a pop-up shop. Our main focus right now is getting our community back into their health and wellness passions. So we make specific face masks for athletes and anyone that wants to go back into their health and wellness communities. So whether you're just starting back out or you're an elite athlete, a pro jiu-jitsu fighter, we want to make sure that we are taking care of your needs and formulating the fit to your face. So a little bit about my background. I ran the global quality assurance teams for the North Face. So that includes their overseas manufacturing and their domestic production. We also ran the warranty centers, our lab testing, development, and R&D. So pretty much we facilitated inquiries from the research and design teams when they were doing their prototyping, their sample making. And then also we took in warranty returns, and that was a big gold nugget, because then we could cycle up all the warranty defects into R&D again, so that way we could build and engineer better product. So essentially we took the best parts of the North Face and put it into a sports performance mask. We've been around for over a year now. We started during the pandemic in March. We try to get some of our domestic factories to do masks just to get out to the community. We were doing a GoFundMe. We just wanted to get masks out as soon as possible. The factories in last March didn't really want to do anything. They were terrified of COVID, reasonably so. So we ended up converting our 2-car garage into a micro industrial manufacturing facility. We've now expanded. We have 6 full-time team members, and we are trying to pump out as much performance mass out to the community. We were a buy one, donate one. Now what we do is we sponsor inner city youth sports teams. So to get kids back out into their sports, because we think that's critical, especially during a year of COVID and lockdowns and just getting everybody back outside. My favorite thing, and I'm sure with Loki and Francis and you guys, you guys have heard the spiel, but for Deadlight and is it Stud John? I want to make sure I'm saying it right.
Call me
Jay Stud?
Stuns. Yep.
Okay, perfect.
He's a stunner.
He's a stunner. I love it. So just off the top of your heads, do you guys know the top 3 global polluters, like if industries?
I would say automobile, but
Mm-hmm. Any other guesses?
no.
No. So the first one is petroleum, which goes into automobiles. It's going to go into plastics. That's your number 1 global polluter. And then what ranks up there next is actually apparel manufacturing. So it's number 2 global polluter. And a lot of people don't know that. Coming from the industry, I've been in it for 14 years. There are some bad parts to it, and there's some good parts. And I've definitely been a part of the bad, not knowingly. And my purpose-driven mission is to move the needle to truly change where the apparel industry is going. If we don't, we are going to leave a pile of shit behind to our generation, the next generation, and thereafter. Can you guys take a stab at how long it takes a disposable mass to break down?
3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years? A little bit more. Any other stabs?
Trying to see if I remember. I think it was like something like 13 years or something like that, right? Or
300 years.
oh, nowhere close.
Triple,
Way off.
triple
Yeah.
digits. Yep.
Yeah, for it to fully break down into the earth, it takes about 300, if not more. So they're all made out of polymers, essentially petroleum, plastics, chemical compounds. It's the same thing in polyesters. So polyester synthetic fabrics usually take 300 to 400 years to break down, fully break down. Nylon, spandex, they're infinite. So you can keep recycling it, which is a great thing about it. We've developed, these synthetic textiles that last forever. So why not repurpose them? Why not reuse them if you can? So our whole ethos is to create things sustainably, engineer them so they last longer, hold a warranty so they're not breaking down, Forever 21, where it's self-destructing after, 1 or 2 uses, and making pieces that, that add value to people, and having an end of life cycle process. So for us, for the face masks, we ask people to return them when they're no longer using them or done or COVID is over, so we can upcycle them properly into dog bedding or other products, or at the very least, incinerate it so it's not going into a landfill and not going into the oceans. So we're really trying to be thoughtful in how we do our supply chain sourcing, which is through dead stock fabrications. Unfortunately, 2 North Face factories closed down in this last pandemic or this pandemic. So we took over all their performance fabrics. We do extra testing, specialized cutting and treatment on it. And we try to make sure we upcycle and we create the product from existing materials now instead of creating more product, more chemicals. And a documentary that I'd highly recommend watching is The True Cost. So just, and part of it is, where do you think the cost is coming from when you go to H&M to buy a $10 t-shirt? Like, really think about that. Your $10 t-shirt, it didn't go down in cost. Your cost of goods didn't change. If anything, inflation, it brings it back up. So where do you think they're squeezing that margin out of?
Us.
Anybody?
Us?
The labor, it's out of the labor. So they're squeezing the margin out of the labor. And the labor is usually someone in a third world country, a developing country, usually women, women of color who don't have the same amount of rights, equal pay. They're working 15 to 18 hours a day just trying to feed their kids or feed themselves. It's not okay. It's not okay. The reason, bigger companies get away with it is because they outsource it. So it's no longer their factories. They don't want to take any responsibility. That's why they do third party manufacturing. So they're not liable for it. And guess how much US manufacturing is left here in the States?
Uh,
5%.
yeah, I think it's like 3 to 5%. I think
Exactly.
is left.
3% of US manufacturing is left. And I'm one of the 3%. And I'm in a 2-car garage and a back production line. It's dismal. It's horrible. Like, we can't be doing that, especially when we're so disconnected from how our clothes are made, how our gear is made. It's so abstract to us, but it goes through hundreds of hands. And then all the chemicals that go into dyeing, into tanning leather, into your polymers and your waterproof membranes, your DWRs that can cause cancer. So I know it's a lot to digest. And what we're trying to do is to help consumers shift their mind over into just asking, where are my clothes coming from? We know we're not asking people to change overnight to become, hippie tree huggers or anything like that. It's not manageable for the general population, but if we can make small shifts times a million compounded over time, that's when we're going to move the needle. It's not going to just be our brand. It's going to be you as consumers demanding other brands to start changing. Because if we keep going at the rate we're going, which is about 100 pounds a year per average American, throwing out clothing waste, that's 2 billion tons a year, and most of it is not going to break down. You're leaving that pile of shit behind for you and your future kids and your current kids and their grandkids. And you wonder why global warming is happening. You wonder why we're having the worst wildfires in California, frozen tundras in Texas. You wonder why, because Mother Earth is saying something and no one's paying attention. And you can go down any rabbit hole. I mean, you can go down the, commercial fishing rabbit hole. You can go down so many different ways. I mean, I'm choosing apparel because that was just my background. And there's a lot of crossovers that we want to team up with other communities. And you guys have a platform. Everybody can make a difference. Everybody can lead by example. So that's kind of where I'm leaving it with you guys, just to help spread the word. And it's not just about us, it's about everybody in the community.
And Linda, are you? We're talking about only masks, but I know that you're planning other different avenues too as well to continue this fight, because obviously there's going to be a point in time where the interesting thing about like society is we move so fast. The society's so fast paced that we're going to be like in another year you'll totally forget that COVID even like existed, because that's the way we are as a society. So I and I'm sure everybody's going to be interested to see where you go. I know you have a pet line that's going to be coming out soon for everybody, which is including dog beds and like little scarves that the dogs can wear, or cats, or whatever you have.
Whichever pet you decide.
Yeah,
Yes.
iguana, crocodile, whatever you happen to have at your house. I'm
We're
sure.
all about the pet equality here.
Yeah. So that's coming up, and also, interestingly enough, there's going to be some kind of prototypes for us for our ALJS team that Linda's going to be so generously getting us some stuff made, some jerseys made, so you guys will get to see that. And if you guys want, to see that and continue that, she's also, this can expand into something for her as well, where brands for Twitch streamers that want to team up with somebody who's concerned about the environment, which is the number one thing about why we're even talking about this, because a lot of times we outsource our stuff to places like Teespring and all these companies. And I've ordered stuff I still have a lineup on Teespring that from my old brand stuff that I still have up there, and the quality sometimes is not as good. It's just printed on there, and it flakes away after a while. So it's going to be interesting to see where this takes you, because there's a lot of avenues, and Loki just got signed on, and there's actually some exciting stuff which I will talk to them off stream about, but you guys will be able to start seeing stuff with Loki doing some actual activities, which will make sense in ads because he does mountain biking. So we're actually on the phone for like an hour talking about the footage and what I'm looking for, and even the fact that maybe I have to go out there to Atlanta to go film some of this footage. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to be going on, and a lot of stuff that's going to be coming up for you as well. So you're going to start seeing a lot more stuff. And if you're wondering why am I posting this stuff, well, it's because I'm teaming up with her, and so is Frank in their marketing and getting their marketing pushed out there. So if you see stuff from me that says Contingency, just know that's straight coming from them as well. We're just helping them push it out and getting the brand out there and getting the name out there. And Frank, for you, I heard a little bit about your backstory too. You're trying to get your certification and do personal training now, which is really exciting. So tell us a little bit about that, and what when we brought you on board with the masks. Tell us your experience with the brand.
For sure, yeah. So I guess in terms of like flash backwards to like how I got into fitness, it kind of started off with my interest in martial arts, and so that kind of lined in with what I saw Contingency in the beginning, with the whole scorpion, if you're familiar with the over the head wearing style mask in MMA or grappling arts. But even before that, because I've always been interested in martial arts, um, I guess my health took a turn, and so that kind of drove me into that direction. Like, oh, I need to make a difference. Like it could have been way worse than it was. And so I use that as like a stepping stone to like better myself, but then inspire other people as well. So that's where the personal training comes in. And I actually am working as a personal trainer as of right now. I have a bunch of clients lined up, and yeah, I'm helping them better their physical health as well as their nutritional health.
And I know you were excited when you first saw me post about Contingency. You were like one of the first. I remember like one of the first DMs. One of the first DMs that I got was from you, and you're like, "Oh,
Sorry about that.
can you get me connected with him?" I was like, "Oh yeah, she's really, she really wants to get the name out there." So I mean, you work out in them. You've worked out in them. I use them just to go around. But what is your experience as far as the difference between trying to use an N95? Because I remember there was pictures of you in an N95, like those
Yeah.
suffocating masks. I hate them. Like those hospital masks. Oh my God,
Uh-huh.
I cannot stand them. The difference between that and actually working out in a Contingency mask. I know it was a world of difference for me. Just like walking around with it on.
Uh-huh. No, yeah, Contingency in general is the perfect mask for fitness, but then I tend to use them in everyday usage. So like going out, at work for sure, I'm always rocking Contingency. So when I'm training people and they're like, "Oh, what's that mask?" Like, "Oh, it's a fitness mask." Da 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 da. And it's also good because depending on what you're into, whether if it's like fencing, we have an ambassador as well, who coaches fencing. So fencing, grappling, MMA, or even biking for sure. So there's different styles, and so what I like about it, it's the one that I prefer using for both fitness as well as on the go, is the Sub-Zero mask, because there is the ability to put a mask filter in there. So if you do want the extra protection, uh there is that option. So for
And you
sure,
just
perfect.
recently, I just saw the video. You recently put out that video on how to do it properly.
Yeah.
There is an actual proper technique.
Thank you.
Um,
I appreciate that.
so and just so everybody understands, this is the mask does not say anywhere in it that it's medically graded mask. Let's
Thank you.
get this straight right now. This is for people who are doing physical activities that are having trouble breathing in what would be considered something that if you go into a hospital, yes, you would wear that mask because it's a facility that's a medical facility. This is for people that are doing everyday activities, usually outdoors or in a gym, that this mask is made for. It still gives you a face covering, which is sealed because they actually fit you. If you guys don't know this, when you guys order these masks, they ask you, because everybody's face is not different. You know, everybody's face is different. Everybody doesn't have the same contours on their face. So they will ask you to fit your mask and get the correct stuff so it actually goes around your face and it seals around your face. The front up here seals, and it even has a thing. So if you guys wear glasses like Francis does over there, it has that thing where it doesn't fog up your glasses while you're sitting there wearing the mask. So yeah, those things, yeah, very, very, very good stuff. You know, because it is important that we do say that, because we don't want people to think that, you know, you're gonna go walk into a hospital and is it gonna provide the same protection? No, obviously the N95 mask is gonna offer you, and you can, if you want to wear it at work and you are in that kind of setting, go watch Francis' video, because it does show you how to fold it and put it into there, and it becomes N95 with the mask on. So.
Just for the people that are fully vaccinated too, that don't need that fully,
Yeah, they don't need
fully
the
covering mask, that they don't have to worry about all the extra protection. Because,
Yep.
like me, I'm fully vaccinated. I don't need to worry about it. I just need something that's basically going to get people off my ass for wearing a mask.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, and then there's some. It's funny. There's some counties here in California that they told Governor Gruesome there to go to hell, and they're literally their politicians have told the city that they don't have to wear masks. My brother and my sister both live in a county that has that, where they don't.
Oh, we do. We got people here that chase people around with cans of Lysol because they're not wearing a
My
mask.
entire state now.
Like, we want the protection. If you're not wearing a mask, we're going to chase you with Lysol just to sanitize you. Like, get away.
Yeah, but this is a way. This is so, you know, and that's the whole thing. Is we want you to understand that this is for sports, like heavy activity, especially low-key, and like places in the South that have like 100% humidity. God, I was in Louisiana for like 4 months for training one time, 100% humidity, and you know, at that time we were carrying around 50 pounds of body armor and all this stuff, and it was not a fun thing. And I can only imagine if COVID had came around at that time, I would be a very unhappy person, because it was already hard enough breathing without anything on your face, let alone if they try to get you to wear one of those N95 masks. Oh, I would be upset. It would be a tough situation. So, so this is stuff like, you know, people that do, like Francis said, MMA fighting. Like if you're doing MMA fighting, they actually have a mask for you that goes around the top of your head and kind of grasps your head, so that way your mask doesn't fall off in the middle of you grappling somebody. You know, Loki, we're gonna get video of him riding mountain bikes, which is, I think now is gonna be pretty warm when you go out there, and that's gonna be, we're gonna start getting like little minute ads out for that for Contingenci.
Yeah,
Yep.
be careful with that. We don't want you rolling down the mountain either. You know, stay on the bike.
Oh, that would be
Dude,
great.
I'm
Hey,
fucking
that would be
sorry.
great content. No lie.
Blooper content.
Yes, that would be great
That
content.
that would be when promotional videos fail.
No, because we won't actually use that for the promotional video. That will just be our own personal collection of laughter. As he
Just,
goes.
just like today, when we were all getting set up and everything, Loki turns his camera on and he's got his VR headset shooting his camera. So we have two little binoculars.
He didn't know that
shooting directly at Loki. If he wasn't wearing pants, we would be in so much trouble.
Yeah,
saying.
well, no, we weren't live then, so I think we were good. But yeah,
You mean this?
Yeah, that.
Oh, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, that's his.
Well, no, that's the whole thing off. Never mind. That's
yeah,
not what I wanted to do.
Yep, there we go. Get you back in there.
No, there we go.
There we are. All right. So, but yeah, we do want to specify, and you know, Linda, is there anything that you want people to know about, like future stuff that you have that you want to talk about that people should look out for? Like any other new projects? I know we're gonna try out making some jerseys for the team here, but is there anything that you want to put out there for your near future projects besides masks? That you know, obviously, like I said, the next, like we move so fast as a society that 6 months from now, we'll be sitting there. Oh, COVID? What's COVID? Anybody know what COVID is? And that's the way we move. So, is there anything that in the future, you do have that pet line? You can go and give that one a shout out. I know that's coming up very, very soon. Your pet beds and the accessories for dogs and cats.
Yeah. No, thank you. So first off, thank you for prefacing that it is not a medical mask. It is a non-medical sports performance mask. Like I said last time, I got hate mail because someone was like, "Your masks are way too breathable," and I specifically asked her like, "What do you need in a sports performance mask?" You're welcome to, give me. We want constructive criticism so that way we can keep improving every time we get feedback. Because everything is done in house, the cut, so engineering, pattern making, die cut, laser cut, we do it all here. As soon as we get athlete feedback, wearer feedback, we put it into the next iteration. So we're looking at everything as an experiment. So we know we have to make sure that it's obviously adding value to the customer, but we're not perfect. So every time we're getting feedback, getting more comments on it, we can keep reiterating and keep improving the product line. In regards to Francis's comment about the filter, thank you for doing the video. I will post that. Again, it is still not an N95 when you put in the filter. I would want to just make sure we are, from a legal standpoint, we are not an N95. It's not an N95. Even when you put the filters in, your filtration rate moves up to about 80% of filtration rate when you put it in a filter. And the caveat to an N95 too for the general public is that it's probably not sealed on your face either way. Because if you're in the medical industry, you have to be fitted every year for an N95 for your face. And so the general public that buys an N95, it's probably not completely sealed to their face either way. On N95s, there's an electromagnetic charge to it too that helps like push away particles and particulates, but that only there's a shelf life on that as well. So, as people are reusing these N95s, these disposable face masks, that whole feature is obviously gone. So it dissipates. So just to clarify that, we are not filtrating 95%, which is why it's called an N95. We will filtrate with the 3-4 layers. We can get up to 80-85%. But again, like you guys all mentioned, at this point, it's more of a compliancy and to be able to seal and cover your droplets. So yes, you're vaccinated. The caveat is that you may still be able to spread COVID if you have it, correct? If you're vaccinated. So the whole point is to make sure you're covering your spit and your droplets. And you still want to be able to breathe. But yes, in regards to our new product lines and other things that we are going to do, we are doing the sustainable pet beds, which grow with the puppy essentially, that are either going to be hexagon or some kind of geometric shape that you can essentially put them all together and grow with the animal or with the family member, the 4-legged family member. And then they'll be washer friendly essentially for bigger dogs where you can wash off the top. And again, it's using all the performance dead stock fabrics that we have. I don't know if you guys are pet owners or dog owners. We have really big bully breeds, so they destroy things really fast. Nothing has been durable for us. And so being able to make something that's more sustainable, that doesn't break down, because you see them at Costco, you can buy a dog bed for $20, $30, and people just throw them in the trash, in the landfill. Again, this stuff does not break down. Polyesters, the stuffing, the insulation, all that stuff does not break down. It's just sitting in the landfill. When going to grad school for design and fashion, like the whole thing is like, go visit a landfill, go visit a recycling center. When you see it, like my goal isn't to create more shit. My goal is to actually help reduce the waste through better quality products, through helping women and minority entrepreneurship. So for anyone that wants to start their own business, especially minorities and women, we want to help facilitate that if you're planning on selling or producing products. So we want to make sure our values align with you. Do you care about sustainability? Do you care about equitable pay, equitable rights? And then we'll team up with you so we can help you create and prototype your own line. So if you guys have a specific, again, I don't know that much about gaming and I'm really excited to learn about it, but like, is there a specific performance apparel that you guys need for gaming? Like, is there something that is is there a certain part that abrades? I don't know. I'm just coming up with, some ideas, for each specific category or subject or sport. Once you start getting into the granular details, like there's always, designs and engineering that you could be better at. So just thinking outside of the box, how do we design and engineer things that are actually catered to your specific subject matter or sport, so that way it lasts longer. You as the wearer have, you're more comfortable in it, and we want to be able to help, small businesses grow. And part of that is, once there's more small businesses, once there's more women, more minorities in power, that's when you're going to start to see a balance, and see things starting to come somewhat equitable. And that's what we believe in here is how do we help our community? How do we help minorities? How do we help women? How do we help the planet? I know these are really, really big goals. I'm not going anywhere. At least I'm fighting for it. So, people who want to, you know, make a difference, make an impact, be part of a purpose-driven mission, that's what we're here for. And we want to help. We're going to put out some content in regards to how to start producing stuff. Like we're about the abundance mentality. Like we'll give you all the resources. We'll give you like, here's how you thread a cover stitch 6-needle machine. Here's how you oil it. Here's how, by all means, like we want to share this content out. Here are some design engineering patterns. Here are some body mappings for leggings. Like we want to give this out to people so they can start their own line and start their own businesses.
And I think Deadeye's really good at crafting and designing. Like I've seen her design some stuff. Like she'll get an idea in her head, like the whole thing with pineapple pizzas and Jay Stunts because he hates them. When that conversation first came out, I swear to God, it's like a light bulb went off in Deadeye's head, and it just all you see is ding, and she's got her designing iPad out, and I'm like, oh, yep,
I love it.
She's on it. Yeah, she designs like
Yes.
some of the and with a quickness, because I think within a couple days I got a prototype picture from Jay about what her pineapple
breathable pineapple pasties is the next generation.
Dude, that could be so funny. I'm not gonna lie.
No, this is amazing. Are you a graphic artist too by trade? I love it. Yeah. Well, we'll have to talk offline because we'd love to, later on just think about ideas and how we could, collaborate, whichever, if you're into doing product lines or maybe doing some freelancing for us.
And Jay, we'll get you your shirt where the pineapples open up. So
What's wrong with
thought about
pineapples?
those?
Pineapples open up. What the hell?
Yeah, the pizzas, they flap open.
Okay, so now we're turning pasties into windows.
No, they're removable covers. We can't hear you, Loki, by the way.
We're turning them into windows. We're turning into windows with flaps. No, we're not doing that.
You talking about that like South Park episode where like they had the Velcro flaps?
Yeah, Velcro
pulled
flaps.
down,
So yeah,
like,
you'll be fine.
I'm sorry,
I
we
don't
can't
even-
help you with your warranty. You have to upgrade the power.
I mean, I was just thinking maybe it'll be fun, not necessarily for you to wear. I was, maybe some of your viewers could wear it. I didn't say you had to wear it.
Yeah, we're not going that when it comes to me. We're not going in that direction when it comes to me now. We'll stay away from there.
I mean, it'd be fun. Maybe it could be like a ladies' line for you. I don't know.
I would be banned
From what?
if I wore that stuff. I would be.
No,
banned,
I didn't
all
tell
right?
you.
Let's leave it at that.
Wait a minute. No one said, "Hey, Jay Stuns, please wear the Velcro pineapple pasties that come apart."
You were thinking it though.
It might have crossed my mind. It might have been hilarious enough to.
I know you better than that.
It does work on Instagram though. That's not bannable because you are a male, so it's fine. Just don't do it on Twitch. Actually, no. Excuse me. You can do it on Twitch as long as you're working out. You can be shirtless on Twitch as long as you're working out. So we'll get you some dumbbells, and then you'll be good. I was just thinking.
The only working out I'd be doing is when I'm getting in and out of the school.
I was just thinking, maybe we could make a prototype for you with the Velcros on, and the pizzas come off at some point. I'm just saying. No.
You know
okay.
what?
I'm trying. Hey, trying to be fancy. You know what?
No comment. And to answer your question, Linda, I am a huge enemy of pineapple pizza. I hate the taste of pineapples in general. So it was an ongoing thing where people were constantly getting on me about pineapple pizza. And finally, took a bunch of turns into where pineapple pizza pasties became a thing, and then we were turning into a T-shirt, and it wound up turning into a challenge that has been done, and I
It's done.
regret it because I cannot even look at pizza right now because I'm still sick from it.
Did you eat a pineapple pizza? Is that why? You're
Yeah,
sick of it?
it was the he had a set goal made. It kind of got halfway to the set goal, and he kind of just said, you know what, I don't want to hear about pineapple pizzas anymore. So he shut the goal down, and then just decided he was going to do it. He did it twice, by the way, which I give him great credit, a lot of credit for.
Biggest mistake of my life.
He did it twice. He did it once off stream after our podcast, where I've never seen someone suffer so much in their life. I always thought I've seen people suffer. Him eating that pizza looked like that little kid that did not want to eat Brussels sprouts, but times 10.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a normal pizza with pineapple, right? It
Yeah.
wasn't like anything else.
No.
Just
Yeah,
pineapple.
just pineapple. So he didn't even add ham to it. So it was
Yeah.
just.
It
was-
wasn't a Hawaiian
even-
pizza. It was
Oh.
No,
just
he just did a
pineapple.
straight pine.
That-
He said
yeah,
that
pineapple disgusting to
he
me.
made the rules, by the way. He didn't, like, we told him go ahead and put
Well,
pepperoni on it.
the rules evolved because originally it was supposed to be that two of my friends were supposed to pick one topping each that would go on the pizza with pineapples. But then I was like, if we do that, that will mess the taste of the pineapple, and it won't really be me suffering. So that went out the
you're
window,
being-
and it was just pineapple.
And Linda, a lot of suffering. I'm
The
telling you.
integrity. I appreciate.
Yeah, he has a lot of
integrity.
integrity. I give him credit because he did not only do that once, but he did it twice. And once off stream when we were in one of these calls, and then another one he did it on the quick cast on Monday. So
Yes,
he
it
suffered
was-
twice. And
So
yeah,
why did you do it twice? Just to prove a point, or
Because a lot of people did contribute to the goal when I had it up, and I owed people the suffering, and I did it.
I mean, when they're suffering, there's enlightenment at the end. So I'm sure you felt some kind of.
I will never eat
Achievement.
pineapple pizza ever again.
Oh.
That's the end goal. I will never do it again.
You know, don't-
Pineapples. I will eat queen pineapples. I will pineapple pizza. That's not my.
Yeah,
but there's a whole pineapple.
you know what will get him to want to eat pineapple? I'll bring a durian fruit to you.
No.
Oh no! Oh god! No.
And I guarantee you, after eating one
I
of those,
think
you'll be like,
durian-
wait, pineapple's not so bad after that.
Look. I'm not that uncultured. I know what that is, Narrow. No, I'm not doing that.
Hey, it's either smells like onions, smells
okay.
like garbage,
Garlic.
or a dead person. I mean, it's either one of the
I'm
three.
good. I'm good. I'm good.
It's a great challenge.
Bro, I had homemade pizza made the other day, and I literally could not even eat it because I looked at it and I saw the pineapple. Even though it wasn't there, I saw it. I was like, no, I can't eat pizza. I'm literally turned off the
He's
pizza completely
scarred.
right now.
He's scarred, and this is a man who will go get chicken parmesan pizza,
Yep.
and then taunt everybody and say, "Oh, you know what I ate today? Chicken parmesan pizza." And
I
you know,
legitimately
we're
am turned off the pizza right now.
three of us are in California. We don't even get that kind of, like, the good pizza, like the New York pizza. We don't ever get that over here. Like, I've been to New York, so I've tasted the pizza over there, and I've tasted the pizza over here. Two totally different worlds of pizza. Like the dough, the way that the ovens are made over there in New York, totally different.
Yep.
Right?
I think
Because-
it's the water.
yeah,
I
it's
think
the water.
New York water.
The special
100%.
water. Special water.
Special water that makes the pizza.
Yep. So and so now to have him say that he can't even eat a pizza anymore, that's
Yep,
sad.
I can't.
That is sad. Poor guy. Poor guy.
Elaine, we're not bringing apple fritters into this, Elaine. Let's leave that alone, please. We're not bringing that into this.
Can we? What about the apple fritters? Deadeye, go ahead.
No, no, it's not appropriate for right
Okay.
now. We're not bringing that in.
Okay. I mean, I can only imagine apple
After
fritters.
stream, we'll explain it, but right now, no.
Wow, dude, you
I'm
guys are
ready for
wrecking.
it.
You guys are wrecking. Apple fritters are amazing. You eat one of those in the morning.
Narrow, stop. Trust me.
I think
before
you're
you
gonna.
say
I
anything
have
else,
this
stop.
weird belief though that you're probably gonna ruin it for me after this.
Yeah,
All right. Wonderful.
just stop it. Just stop it before you go any further, because anybody that knows
Wonderful.
what we're talking about you're just making your case a whole lot worse.
Wonderful. And
Apple
so
fritters are good. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. Oh well, he's gonna ruin it first after the show's over here. Linda, so it's an amazing story because you did come from the corporate world, and I was talking about this earlier. How now more than ever, people need to start doing stuff for themselves, making a business for themselves. Everybody's I'm in this belief where I don't want to work to make somebody else rich. If I'm doing something, I want to work to make it for myself. And a lot of people, I had a conversation earlier with somebody. They think that the money is going to come overnight, and that these things are just, when you do these kind of things and this kind of business is being made, that it happens overnight. And I'm sure now you're going to be a testament to me to say that this is not an overnight thing. This is still, it's a grind every day, and it's not, you got to have the patience. For anybody, what's your advice for anybody that wants to start something? It doesn't necessarily have to be this kind of particular business, but what is your advice for them? Because a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people are been so stuck in the corporate world. They all they know is how to get a job and how to stay at that. And no matter how miserable they are, they stay at that job for years and years and are never happy. So what is your message being an entrepreneur, building your brand from nothing, which is true. Everybody who's ever built something has started from nothing to where they are today. And that's that's everybody else here. Zero. And then they start. But a lot of people, I got some hate today saying, "Hey, you've been doing this for a couple years. How come the thousands and they don't understand the patience behind building a business? It's not going to be automatic. Money's not going to come flowing in like it's supposed to right away." What's your message for them? For anybody who's starting up in now that since COVID hit, a lot of people don't have jobs. And they're trying to build their businesses.
Yeah. A lot of people go into entrepreneurship or, starting their own business as like, oh, I have to look this way. I have to be big right now. I have to go big. I have to have a office space. I have to have. You don't. You can start small. It's always baby steps, but also be okay with failure. Be okay with failing fast. You fail fast. Take everything as an experiment. Take everything as a learning. It's a lesson learned, right? So from every failure, from every fuck up that we've had. Sorry if I'm not allowed to swear on.
Oh, no, you
You're-
can.
you're
You're
good.
fine.
You're
Sorry.
definitely allowed to.
Oh
just
boy,
like
you
to
should hear
know.
some of us. You should hear some of us on here.
Okay, I didn't know if there was like teeth
Nah.
on it. Sorry,
Nah.
apologize.
Nope. No filter. Go for it.
Go for it.
Watch your
Okay,
fucking language. My God.
So fast, you're gonna make mistakes, but failing is better than doing nothing. So a lot of the times, people are terrified to take that leap, terrified to, just try. And hey, your first time's gonna suck. Your first time, it's gonna be horrible. Like I still have my first prototype. I mean, the first one I made was, I think, in March last year. I mean, obviously I know how to sew, but like I'm not proficient at it. That's not, I'm not a production sewer. I'm a product engineer by trade, but the girls on our team, they literally could do this with their eyes closed. They have it memorized just by feeling, by their muscle memory and by the machines. And these are industrial machines. They're not like a home sewing, like you can lose a finger. It's a motored engine. There's, 2 horsepower in some of these motors. Like, so it's not like your little like brother home sewing machine. And some of these have, some of the machines that we have cutters on them. We have a laser cutter. We have, so a lot of these things are fabric cutting machines. The blade is 9 inches. Like, so there's not, it's not baby stuff in here, but we started small. I started here on a fold out table with no lights on a borrowed home sewing machine. It wasn't pretty. It's still not pretty. I'm still in the 2-car garage, but now we have the back room. We're actually looking for industrial space. It's just reaching out to your network and, having people test it out and being okay with constructive criticism. A lot of people, a lot of us have, soft skin, and we have to build those calluses. We really have to build resilience and be able to take constructive criticism, be able to take like honest feedback. Like the people who tell me no, the people who tell me you suck, those are the people I want to talk to. Like, why do they suck? Give me a good reason. Like those are actually huge opportunities. I don't look at those as, failures. I look at those as opportunities. Like, how do I find a way around it? Like if someone tells me no, 12 ways from Sunday, I'll figure it out. And that's kind of the mindset you have to have. It's not like, I hit a wall and I'm going to give up. No, I'll dig a hole. I'll find a rope. I will drill into it. Like, you have to think outside of the box, and you have to be persistent. And if you do that, if you go the extra mile, it's a lot less crowded. Like you just have to keep going. You don't have to, but find a pace that, you can sustain. If you go from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, you're going to burn out. So you find, people burn out. And when you burn out, you quit. So the goal is to find something sustainable, and have a really strong why. Why are you doing it? Ask yourself 5 times, really find the root cause, because there's going to be times when it sucks. I mean, there was times where, I've been in the negative for the last year. This is the first month we were able to actually, go green. That doesn't mean we're a millionaire by any means, but that shows that our residual work is starting to kind of, our seeds that we planted are starting to fruit a little bit. And so it takes time, like for companies to be profitable. We're probably going to have to go at this rate for the next like 3 years. It's just obviously save more, spend less, be cash positive if you can. And yeah, so it's just, we're still learning. By all means, we're nothing yet. We're still learning. We're still taking it day by day. I'm very grateful that we have a huge community to rely on. Just all the people that you have in your network, utilize them. People want to help, and be a continuous learner. Be okay with like you don't know everything, and hire people that know more than you. Build up your team. Invest in the people, not in. I'm not big on manual cheap labor. I'm big on investing in our team, and my team comes first, and then it'll spill over into the product, and then it'll spill over into the consumers. A lot of people are like customers first or shareholders first, and that's not how I see it. We're kind of the anti-corp in that vein, because I want to, all our team members are going to have shares of the company, because it's their company as well. We want to make sure that everybody realizes that this is their company, not just our community too is a part of it. And that's why we do the ambassador program. That's why we have our envoys and our partners, because we want to grow with them. We can't do it alone. So just utilizing your community, being okay, fail fast, and finding a good pace that you can sustain, because if you're the last one in there, then you've won.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And a lot of people like forget about that. They think that, that when you do something like this, or you have an idea that, whether it be streaming, whether it be making products like that, that they think that it's going to be something where we come up with an idea, market the idea, and it's out there, and it's not the case. This takes, I tell people it takes one time, one opportunity that someone sees that you're doing something, and that's the whole reason I even, like, when we talked, I told you that you're going to do something great with this, because it's not just going to be about masks. This is going to be about stuff, you actually, to be honest with you, the way I see this is that you're going to be making sustainable clothing, not just masks in the near future, and making it so that people are understanding, not only are they buying stuff that's quality, but they're also getting a kind of an education about how we're ruining the environment every day, which is a very important thing. We forget about that, and a lot of stuff, a lot of times, because we're in our day-to-day lives, and we're just moving so fast that we forget about these things. Like Greenland had that big tsunami wave, because guess what? Those glaciers that were frozen for years and years, they're starting to fall apart. And it literally wiped out this lady's house that was sitting right on the edge of the water. She's never had a problem for how many years, and now all of a sudden her house is underwater because of this glacier that fell apart. Literally caused a tsunami and took out her house in Greenland. So there's all these things that are not really being talked about. They're all on, they're kind of being brushed under the rug, because everybody's so stuck on this race, that race, what's going on with the politicians. And I always have to remind people that, you know what, that's all a little facade there for you guys, because if you could do something and you make something for yourself, there's no one that's going to be able to stop you. There's not going to be one person that's going to be able to stop you from doing what you want to do in life. And it's good to see and hear and talk about that stuff, because that is, rather important that we talk about. And Francis has this shirt that says "Dream" on it, right? Dream big.
Dream big.
Francis, Any words of encouragement from you? You just started off too with your journey. Any words of advice or things you can share for people that are that want to start doing making their own stuff happen for them?
Yeah, sure. I didn't really talk too much about Sakura, which is a brand I am trying to develop myself, and we started off with playing cards. So my background as a magician, as a card person, I gravitated towards creating my own deck of cards, and so um, yeah, so that would evolve into what I'm trying to get into now, which is linking it to like fitness apparel, and so
So yeah,
um,
it's like an anime. I feel like the vibes I'm getting from your card are like anime vibes.
yeah. So the interesting thing about Sakura, it's a like the national tree of Japan, and it is a spring season tree that blooms and like dies pretty quick. So like
Hmm.
it's very short termed, and what people relate that to is kind of like life, so mortality. So that's kind of the meaning behind that people take away from the cherry blossom, which is so beautiful. Life is so beautiful, but it could be taken away from you, like you never know.
And
Hmm.
yeah, you see the stuff I post. I've been on that for a couple weeks now, explaining
Hmm.
how short this time is here. So yeah, that is
Hmm.
very true. So that's why I always tell people take full advantage of everything that's given to you. I mean, if it's in front of
Hmm.
your face, go do it. Like I still don't understand how people can tell me that they're afraid to go do something. I've never understood that afraid thing, because you can at the end of the day, when it's time to go, you're just going to either regret or say that you did something. I mean, it's
Hmm.
100% true. And Loki, we just got you started on the brand. It's going to be interesting to get your, if you're not in the next couple of weeks here, you're going to start seeing uh ads that are going to be on Instagram with, well, his face on it. So get used to him being on the ads. He's going to have the mask on. He's going to do a lot of mountain biking scenes, and like I said, probably what something that I was going to talk to you about. YouTube channel starting soon for Contingenci, so that they actually can tell complete stories about the brand ambassadors and the athletes that they have on board in their brand partnership. So you're going to get to see that. So you're going to see the little bits and pieces on social media. If you want to see the full stuff of every athlete and every brand ambassador, we're going to start shooting videos of them in their full entirety, which will be put up on YouTube, so you guys can actually watch the stories behind everybody. And hopefully, now that she said that she wants to show people how to do production, we're gonna get you on your Twitch channel so you can actually do it live on stream. That will be a very interesting thing to integrate yourself into that, and actually show people how the masks are made and how to do the production, and give them tricks of the trade, since that's what you're saying with sharing and growing with everybody. So we're going to teach you how to do that with a Twitch channel, and hopefully that will bring you more success into your stuff. So as we do every time, because I know everybody's very busy, we do the last words of the day, and we'll start with the amazing Jay Stuns. Go. You have no audio at all. That's also great.
I'm good. I got nothing.
You got nothing?
No, I'm just thinking, man.
You're just thinking about all the pizza you could have ate and have
No,
not been able
no,
to?
no, no,
Okay.
no. I'm thinking about what I've been told today and looking at the future.
There you go. It's funny that we slowly forget, because the whole time when you're a kid, you always want to grow up and think that it's great to be an adult, and then we spend our whole time in our adulthood realizing, holy shit, please take me back. I will take. I tell you what, I will trade everything I have right now to go back, knowing what I know now. Oh, I will be an animal. In
Dude, it's like looking at now. Like I drive a school bus. That gasoline. That's one of that adds into one of the top pollutants in the world. So I'm part of the problem, but
Well,
I
I
got to
mean,
do
we're
what I
all part of
fix
the
it.
No. Don't. You're
No,
not
100
prioritizing.
miles a day, dude. I go 100 miles a day, so
Well, I mean, look, but
You
it's
have to get kids to school, right?
yeah.
You have to
right.
get kids to school, and you have not to interject or anything, but like
Dun-dun.
our ethos, our my last word is, just be a good human, right? Do what you can with your given circumstances, with what you know, with your resources, right? Like
Right.
you have to pay the bills, you have to feed your family, you have to put a roof over your head, you have to get kids to school. Obviously, there's going to be better buses that are, running on, Tesla batteries or
Mm.
hydro, engines later on in the future. Like we could be doing, I wish we could be doing biodegradable fabrics, but they don't perform the way that they need to perform right now. So it's doing the best that you can with the given circumstances. Just being a good human
Right.
right now and doing what you know is correct. I mean, we could find out that recycled polyesters are actually horrible for the environment because they leave more microplastics.
Right.
It's just giving yourself that room of tolerance. So you shouldn't feel bad. You're getting kids to
No,
school and educating the next
yeah.
generation.
I would say my final last words are make the little changes to make the world better. That's
There
my
you go.
final. Make the little changes.
Did I?
Can't say it any better.
We got to talk about these apple fritters when we get off stream here. I'm
Oh,
interested interested in this.
Don't. Yeah, you're not. I'm telling you.
You're not.
Francis, any last words? I know I'm gonna
Yeah,
regret this.
sure. So, like all in all, I'm still trying to figure things out, and I'm always like looking into the future. But after watching a lot of Nero's content, it's more gravitating towards enjoying the now, enjoying the people, the community, friends, family around me, and just appreciating what I have. Yeah, living it now.
Linda, any last words for the people?
I mean, I've spoken a lot, but I mean, I'll keep going. You know, you're gonna have to lead by example, and you're gonna be able to help the person closest to you. So you're not gonna be able to fix everybody's problems, but whoever's closest to you in your community, whoever you can help. I think it's based off Mother Teresa's words, where you just help the person next to you, whoever needs help. That's what you should focus on, because we can't end world hunger ourselves, right? You got to just help the person closest to you and hope that you're making it better a little bit.
Mr. Loki the God. Oh, this is gonna be good. He has a smile on his face. This is gonna be good. Go ahead.
Yung titi mi.
No. Stop.
Leave it to Loki when we're all talking about serious stuff. He goes there. Leave it to Loki.
Sometimes I worry when I teach you stuff. I'm sorry, guys. You know what? You have to get all the bad words out of the way when you teach people a different language, because if you don't, it just. But for him, that's what he's absorbed at this point. So, all right. Well, is that all you want to tell people?
I will also say that I know a lot of people in my company will be interested to hear about this as well. So I'm definitely going to be talking to some people when I get back in on Monday.
Thank you.
These masks are absolutely amazing. I do use them every single day at work. Literally every single day.
It makes me happy.
Some of these houses, they have their temperature cranked way up, and it's really stuffy inside their houses. And then having put a mask on top of that before was absolutely torturous. But these are amazing. Absolutely amazing. And the anti-fog works. It works really well.
Good. Yeah, as long as you have it sealed, it's fitted.
All right, guys. Anything else, Loki?
Discount code Loki.
You threw your discount code out. Good. Discount code Narrow Minds. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put them all in everybody's different ads. Like Francis, Loki will have his discount code on the ads, and we'll you know what? Since you're gonna be the face of the thing for a while, as far as the ads are concerned on Instagram, I'm gonna have to throw other discount codes in there along with your face. Sorry, dude. You can't have every discount code. Sorry. Sorry, bro.
And I'm okay with bloopers. I think bloopers would be really fun.
Oh yeah, bloopers.
As long as the mask stays on. shows, if you do,
We're talking.
Hopefully, I don't go down. But
We're
See,
talking.
I want you to go down.
We're
See
talking.
Loki free falling through the air. Just
We're
just
talking about
imagine
Loki. Whatever funny stuff is gonna happen, it's gonna happen to him. I already know it. Like even when
Roll
we're
a 5, don't roll a 1.
yeah.
If you look in the chat, I already posted one of my crashes.
Oh boy, here he goes.
So it's a pretty good one.
All right, guys. I want to remind everybody. Linda, you really commented on this when I posted this. When you live in the past, you live in depression. When you live in the try to live in the future, you live in anxiety because you never know what's gonna happen in the future. All you can do is live in the present, today, right now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, today, right? 400 trillion to 1, and I put these odds out every time. People don't get it. 400 trillion to 1 is the exact odds of you ever being born. Your mom and dad ever meeting each other. Do something with your life. Don't sit there and tell me about all the stuff that went wrong in your life. Everybody has shit going on in their life. Everybody has problems in their life. It's the way you overcome and adapt. And as Denzel says, don't fall backwards, fall forward. Everybody,
Always forward.
have a great rest of your day. We will see everybody on the next podcast. Have a good rest of your Saturday, everybody. We will see you all next time as Loki falls forward. I mean, what? Loki falls forward.